Hi. I'm looking particularly rough today. I do apologise. 38 weeks pregnant. Fed up. I haven't slept in a week because children have been poorly and needed me. But anyway, yesterday was World Mental Health Day, and I didn't Instagram about it. I didn't Facebook about it. I don't really do Twitter. I keep trying to learn how to do Twitter, and I just can't, for some reason, get my head around it. But I didn't really speak about it yesterday, which for someone like me who's been very outspoken about my mental health conditions or concerns, you'd think I would talk about it. But I have been trying to sort of step back a bit, try not to focus too much on those aspects of my personality or however you want to describe it. I've been wanting to sort of take the foot off the pedal a little bit and just calm down and try and focus on very positive things. And anyway, and I've also I felt a need to kind of let other people say it and to hear other people's stories and things like that as well. And sometimes if you just keep speaking, you never actually hear anybody else. So I did that. But I did want to comment on it because it is important. It's important to me. It's important to me not just because I experience mental health issues, but also because I know so many people who do, and I know that there are lots of people out there who I don't know personally who suffer too. So it matters to me. I care about this issue. So I do want to talk about it. And I mean, one thing I want to just say is the only sort of negative feedback I've had regarding my discussions on mental health has not been, what you would expect, which is, oh, we don't talk about that. That's not something we discuss. Like, that hasn't been the feedback. The feedback that I've gotten, the only negative feedback I've gotten, and it's not been from many people, but it has been there, is how dare I speak about trauma or mental health issues, because I can't possibly be traumatized or have issues because the things that I've gone through are not as bad as the things that other people have gone through. Now, when I speak about my trauma, when I speak about any of the issues that I have spoken about that have triggered mental health problems for me, I at no point compare myself to other people and compare my experiences to other people's experiences. I don't care where they rank. I don't think they should be ranked, but if you want to rank them, you can do that in your own time. You don't need to rank me, thank you. I know what I'm dealing with. It doesn't matter if you went to war and came back with PTSD. It doesn't matter if you gave birth and have PTSD. It doesn't matter if you fell down the stairs and have PTSD. It doesn't matter what caused the PTSD, you have it. And you're dealing with it. And not everybody who falls down the stairs is going to get PTSD. Not everybody that goes to war comes back with PTSD. And not everybody who gives birth gets PTSD. People are different. People respond to situations differently. And to compare people is completely unhelpful to the problem. So that feedback I got silenced me. It silenced me in a way that I wasn't expecting. It silenced me in a way that I hadn't prepared for. And it made me feel like I'd overstepped, or that maybe I was going crazy and it was all in my head and that I wasn't actually suffering from trauma or from depression or from eating disorders or any of those things, and in fact I'd made it all up, and in fact had some form of Munchausen's, which in itself is its own mental health problem. But anyway, perhaps I'd been wrong all this time. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I suffered a trauma, and I have struggled to deal with that trauma. I've suffered more than one trauma in my life and have struggled to deal with each of them. That doesn't make me better or worse than anybody else. And it doesn't make my experiences better or worse than anybody else. Those experiences that I had were mine alone, and it was my brain and my body that responded to them in the way that they responded to them. I recognize that people will have been through horrific times in their lives, times that I can't even imagine, and they will continue to struggle with them for the rest of their lives. But rather than compare and say, oh, well, then I better just get over my trauma because it's not as bad as that horrific thing, instead of doing that, instead of putting myself down and making myself less important, I would rather us work together and support each other. So I will support them in their journey to recovery. Even if they don't make it to recovery, even if they just get through the days, I will be there holding their hand, getting them through those days. And hopefully they'll be doing the same for me. Because it's not helpful to compare. It's not helpful to diminish someone's pain because yours is, in your mind, worse. That's not helpful. That's not going to solve the problem, and it's certainly not going to help people feel confident in coming forward and talking about their pain, talking about the voices inside of their heads. The most important part in this journey of mental health recovery and this journey of mental health recognition and hopefully greater services being offered to those who are struggling is being able to talk openly and honestly, and to not be ashamed and to not be silenced. It's so important. It's so incredibly important. And for anyone out there who's suffering from a mental health condition of any kind, and for whatever reason, I want to hear you. I want to listen. I want to be a shoulder for you. I want to be a hand to hold yours. And there are other people like me out there who feel the same way. So don't let yourself be silenced. Don't let yourself feel like your problems aren't as bad as other people's. You are important. You can feel better. And even if you have days where you don't want to keep fighting and you just want to sit and cry and feel miserable and not slap a smile on your face, you can do that too, and we will be there holding your hand. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, we are all just trying to get through this life in the best way possible. We're all trying to make ourselves happy, the people around us happy, and to make all of it worthwhile. So let's do that. Let's support each other. Let's not drag each other down, but lift each other up. So the people out there who have been negative about some of the videos and blog posts that I've made, I thank you for your comments. I'm sorry that you feel like I am not entitled to feel the way that I feel. But please know that if you ever want to talk about what you're going through, if you ever want help and support, I'm here. And I genuinely want to be here for you. That's all I've got to say, at least for today. Alright, see you soon. Bye.